The 8 o'clock's just gone, sir. The London Express, you mean? There ain't another stops here, not till the 9:15. Come and sit down in my hut, sir, as you've nearly an hour to wait, and I'll tell you a story, the saddest you've heard, of Squire Burton's fate. Old Burton was nigh on 70, smart and well-to-do, when he fell in love with young Mercy, and she just 22. He made a bit of a joke like, his love for the pretty child, and when he told young Mercy, she thought it a game and smiled. It was pretty well known in the village that Mercy had set her hat at Bill Barnes from all yonder, a handsome sailor chap. When Bill was not at sea and home for a week or so, you'd meet him and Mercy together wherever you'd chance to go. And last time they parted he told her, well, so the gossips say, that he reckoned with luck and good weather he'd be only a month away, and that when he came back he'd wed her. He pledged his solemn word. Then he perished at sea with his ship. Well, that was what we heard. Now the very next day young Mercy was seen with a long white face, making for Chumley Meadows, that was old Burton's place. And one of his people told me that she stayed there half the day, and they heard her crying and sobbing and grieving her heart away. And when they came out, the squire had gotten her hand gripped tight, and he kissed her and said, "God bless you, I'll speak to your folks tonight." It was known next day through the village that Mercy had promised to wed the squire of Chumley Meadows, but we noticed her eyes were red. It was plain that her heart was buried away in the distant sea, for I saw her that wedding morning, and her looks told the truth for me. Still she went through the service bravely, and the squire's big brown face was bright with his love for Mercy, though he stood in a dead man's place. He had given his name and honour to a woman who had told him, well, a secret oh so shameful that few would care to tell. They were married for just 6 months when all of a sudden flew news through the streets of our village that nobody thought was true. Bill Barnes had escaped the shipwreck and was back from a lengthy trip. He'd been rescued and carried to Melbourne on board a sailing ship. Mercy heard the news at the station. I shall never forget her cry. We carried her into this room right here. I thought she was like to die. Then night after night old Burton tossed in a troubled rest, till he came to a grim decision, knowing it was for the best. He took his wife's hand and told her, "My love, should I chance to die, 'twill be the Lord's hand that has freed you for a higher and holier tie." When he left that evening he told her he'd someone to see in town. He was crossing right there for the platform when the engine struck him down. Least that's how the jury got it, but I know a thing or two, and I say that night when he kissed her he knew what he had to do. He laid down his life so that Mercy and her lover cast up from the sea could wed and cherish their child and fulfil their destiny. She went away from the village, and Squire Burton's place was sold, and she married Bill Barnes, though her mourning was barely a fortnight old. A cold-blooded thing to do, sir? Not a bit of it. She was right, for she knew what was in the squire's heart when he went to his death that night. And 'twas just a month to the day, sir, after Burton was found here dead, that the baby was born to Mercy. Oh, look, sir, the lights are red. I must run to the box and change them. What does the signal mean? Why, I must be saying good night, sir, for here is the 9:15.